Morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I say that with the whole, I don't know what day of the week it is. Isn't that funny? Part of working for yourself, I think. Um, Sometimes I just don't know what day of the week it is. Now, it is Monday. It is Monday, and I love Mondays. I love Mondays because I love Mondays and most of the world doesn't love Mondays. So that makes it where I really love Mondays because Mondays are just amazing. Mondays are typically my really chill day. It's almost as if, I don't know, I count it as my house day, my family day, I just don't give a shit day, my day of just, kind of rest and relaxation. And then I do a whole bunch of stuff on Mondays. So, today is an extra special Monday though, because my munchkins, my 6-year-old, my 4-year-old, who have been off to grandma's house for the last 2 weeks up in Chicago, and they got back last night, and they were just in such a beautiful mood. I was a little concerned about them being gone for 2 weeks and not coming home in a good space, but they came home in a really, really good space. Hey, morning, Chester. Morning, Nick. And I hear them. They're just waking up. My 13-year-old son, he's in there. And it's like, hey, Mom's gonna go do conscious coffee out back. Would you just, hang out here in the living room for me, just in case your brothers wake up while I'm live streaming. And of course, I no sooner push play, and then I hear, where's Mom? So, it is a good Monday. It is a good day. Morning, Addison. And not just because my munchkins are home, but because it is a beautiful day, and the message that I bring this morning is about refusing to do the things, morning time, about refusing to do the things that, refusing to do this one thing. We're just going to talk about this one thing. It's one thing, and it's kind of like what my Mondays typically represent. And my Mondays, like I said, it's just kind of like my chill, my relaxed day. Yeah, I get a whole bunch of stuff done on today. So what am I refusing to do? Mondays to me is just that day where I just kind of let everything just kind of slide. I just go, okay, universe, you know what I want. You know what I want to create. You know all this kind of stuff that's kind of out there and lingering. I've done all the work to open up these doorways, to create pathways for you to use to help me achieve my goals, my dreams, my desires, and call in everything that I want. And today, I'm going to just choose to not fixate on this stuff. Today, I'm going to choose to just enjoy every aspect of my day and not overly get caught up in the work, but instead get caught up in the play. Hey, happy Monday, Terry. And, it's getting caught up in the play of life, getting caught up in the joy of life. So, Mondays is kind of that representation around a whole day of just letting go and letting flow, as I like to call it, as where you just completely just trust that God, universe has your back, that, you have been there, you have put that time, that effort in, you've done those things, and now it's just time to receive. Just open up and just let yourself, yes, magical Monday. It's morning, Vanessa. It's just time to just kind of open up and just let God, universe, bring it to you. Like, here you go. Here it is. And I know that might sound crazy to some who don't practice this way of living, but who believe that life has to be hard, that it really has to be, that you really got to get in there and you got to work your butt off, and that you really have to just morning, Michelle, that you have to really just really focus and work your butt off and stress out about things and everything. But that steals the joy out of our life, doesn't it? It just steals the joy out of our life. It steals the bliss, the beauty of what we have in our life that so many of us just kind of ignore, and we lose it in our worry and in our fear and in our frustrations and in this fixation of, I must do this, I must really work hard at this, life must be hard, life must be a challenge, I must be suffering because somebody along the line in society has told me that, so I've bought into that bullshit belief over there. And that's what it is. Are we buying into that bullshit belief, or are we tapping into this just beautiful flow of life that we can really just enjoy. You know, I was sitting on a couch doing a meditation earlier. I'm on my second cup of coffee, so I'm extra like, I've been up a while. Alarm went off at 5:45, and I was like, no, I'm not getting up at this hour. It was a later night and everything. But got up at 6:30 instead, and just, I had this list of stuff that I was like, all right, before the boys wake up, I'm going to get this done. Typical me, you know, got to plow through something. And I went, no, you know, it's Monday, and we're just going to take our hands off the steering wheel today, and we're going to just let this flow. And I didn't feel like jumping on conscious coffee, and I didn't feel like writing, and I didn't feel like journaling, and I didn't feel like doing any of this stuff. And that doesn't mean don't do anything, and you know, like I'm given the permission of like, hey, you can create your life by not doing anything. No, that's not true at all. I've been working my butt off the last 2 weeks while my boys were gone, and just really trying to get everything into alignment so that the next 4 or 5 days I can be just so focused on them and dedicated to them, and be like full-time mama on so many different things outside of a few little things that I maintain my non-negotiables for myself and my business. But this morning I was just like, you know, I just want to do a meditation. I'm gonna get myself a cup of coffee. I'm gonna sit down on the couch. The house is quiet, it's cool and quiet, and it's just twilighty in here, that morning twilight that comes in, you know. And I'm gonna just sit here, and I'm gonna just let myself slowly get into this flow, into this rhythm. I'm going to focus on the good stuff and happiness. And that's what I did. I focused in on just joy and happiness, and just letting myself just breathe in the morning, to really breathe in the morning. And then slowly life said, all right, now you got to come out of this point. It's time to make connections. It's time to do this. It's time to do that. And here we are. So my point in telling you that is that while I was meditating, I was thinking about how easy it is to manifest the things that don't matter to us. Like, you can think about seeing an elephant today, and because it really has no pertinence on your life at all, you'll probably see 3 elephants today in some way, right? There'll be a truck that'll drive by you that'll have an elephant on the side of the car. A kid might bring up a stuffed animal of an elephant to you. A logo of a company might come up on paper or online or something. Somebody will send you a video about funny elephant things, you know, something like that. Elephants will appear to you if you go, I'm gonna, you know, like, man, I really want to see an elephant today. And you're like, yeah, and then you just forget about it, and it has no, like, you're not caught up in seeing an elephant, right? It really doesn't mean anything to you. So it just, like, boom, all of a sudden it just starts to appear. And it's just, morning Shannon, morning Frank, it just really starts to appear to you in all these different ways. It's because you just let it go. It's just this flow. There's not this catch on it. So we don't worry about seeing this elephant, right? We're not going, I really have to see the elephant. Oh my God, I can't pay my bills if I don't see the elephant. I can't get the body that I want if I don't see an elephant. I'm never going to manifest the soulmate of my dreams if I don't see this elephant. Right now, we've been sitting around for the last 5 years of our life, 10 years of our life, our whole lifetime, caught up in this belief structure that we're never going to have what we want if we don't see this elephant. Now, it sounds goofy, and I'm trying to make it goofier. Like, but I'm being very, very serious. So we don't get caught on that, right? So what happens? We can throw that out there, and all of a sudden elephants disappear because we don't have a lot of baggage attached to the manifestation of seeing this elephant. It doesn't matter if we do. It doesn't matter if we don't. It just is, right? It just is. Well, that's the exact same thing, or a woman that can't walk in heels, exactly as and I were at the courthouse, and I'm going to share her story here since she was so kind to remind me of that moment. We were sitting there helping a friend out who was going through a custody battle, and we were getting, sitting there just in case of testimony. We had been asked to leave the courtroom because we might be asked to go up to testify for him, and And so we're sitting out there and we're talking, and she was talking about how her frustration, like she was talking about heels and women who don't know how to walk in heels, and how it actually is kind of like this little irritation to her. That's actually a really big irritation because it messes with her OCD. Addison's OCD. But so she was talking about that, and it was like, it's no big deal, right? Like, we're not asking to see a woman that can't walk in heels or anything like that. Well, we no sooner get done talking about this, and if we flip the subject to something else, us being women, it's just like flipping from here to here to here. We're all over the place in our conversation, and we're off on some other topic, some other subject. And I kid you not, this woman walks out of a courtroom, and she walks by us, and she slows down and says something to us. Like, she goes and draws the spotlight to her, gets our attention, makes a comment. We look at her, she turns, she walks away, and this woman was having so much trouble walking in her heels. And both of us just laughed, because I was like, you did that, you manifested that, like, you called that woman over here because we were just talking about that. But here's the thing, she had passion about it, but no attachment to it. It didn't have to happen. And this is the little trick to even manifesting the things that we really are attached to. We have to release the clause that we have in those things, and we do that by just turning it over. Some might call this like faith, like you just release it to faith. Just have the faith in the universe and God that it's going to happen. But it is taking our focus, our addiction of attaching to that thing off of it for a little bit, and applying our attention to something else. Just applying our attention to something else and letting ourselves focus in on that. And in that, what we do is we ease up the energy, the vibration that we have been attaching of not having it, because we often focus on the non-existence of what we want instead of the existence of what we want. And you might say, well, I can't focus on the existence of what I want. If I need $10,000 in the bank and I only have $18 in the bank, well, Kendal, it's obvious I don't have $10,000 in the bank, right? And I really need this. Like, here's blah, 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 blah. You have this list. But what are you really focusing on? The not having of it. Now, what is that $10,000 in the bank going to do for you? How is it going to make you feel? Like, not, oh, it's going to pay this bill. Oh, it's going to release this debt. Oh, it's going to help me with this thing, or it's going to help me with that. What is it actually providing you? What is the emotion that you are going after in having that? Because that $10,000 in the bank, what's it actually going to do for you? It's providing you with an emotion. That's what it's doing. And you could say, no, it's going to pay this. It's going to pay that. Paying those things makes you feel what? That's what you have to attach to. Find that feeling, because that really helps clear out the void of the not having, and pay attention to the having of that feeling in your life right now. So if you're like, well, it will provide me a feeling of relief. It will provide me a feeling of comfort. It'll provide me a feeling of freedom. It'll just, like, like, that's what I'm going for. Or then find other areas where you can find relief, where you can find comfort, where you can find freedom, because those are feelings. Okay? There are plenty of people that have tons of money and can pay for anything outright, and they do not feel relief, and they do not feel comfort, and they do not feel, freedom. They feel chained down. And then they manifest other things in their life that makes them feel chained down, because their focus is that feeling of dread. Okay? So if you're wanting to feel relief, you're wanting to feel comfort, you're wanting to feel freedom, which the money is going to bring you, then you need to focus in on those feelings in other areas of your life and clear that path right there that you have, that resistance to the manifesting of what you're really wanting. So maybe it might be, manifesting the love of your life, or just manifesting a date, or manifesting, a good friendship or something. It doesn't much matter what you're trying to manifest. What you're wanting to manifest is bringing you a feeling. Find that feeling in other areas of your life. Allow yourself to focus off of the subject that is so vitally important to you, because that importance is what is actually catching you on the prevention of manifesting it. So the title of today's is like, I just refuse to do this thing. I just refuse to like, today is the day that I am proclaiming, and I try to do this every single Monday. It does not work every single Monday, but I do try to do it every single Monday, where it's like, I'm not focusing on the subjects that I have applied all this attention to as much, okay? So I'm taking my focus, my clinginess of it off of the subject. I'm going to apply my focus off on something else. So like today, I'm like, all right, I have this work that I need to do. I went on this trip. I haven't gotten everything done from the trip that I need to do. So I got like a little chaos over here. I'm going to go clear out the chaos in other spaces of my life. I'm going to go spend playtime with my kids. Like we're going to go do some cool things. I'm going to focus in on that. We're focusing on my health. Like it's like, you know what? I'm going to suntan today. I'm going to work out a little extra today. I'm going to get the chaos that's going on in my house right this very second dealt with, right? Like I'm going to get order put back in so that tomorrow morning when I wake up, I feel lighter, I feel fresher, I feel like I've gotten movement going over here, and I haven't applied any attention to that stuff over there, even though that stuff is really, really important. I'm just not even really going to give it the time of day today, because what? I've done everything that I can do in this physical existence to make it happen. Those things that are so important, and now it's time for me to show my faith, show my certainty that it always works out, that everything is always perfect, and that it's always just going to be perfect for me. I'm always moving in the right direction, and that stuff, it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen because it has to happen, because I'm not going to squish the life out of it with my clinginess of trying to control it anymore. Today, I refuse to be clingy. Today, I refuse to suck the life out of my dreams, out of my goals. So I encourage you to take those statements and look at something that you're really wanting to manifest into your life, that you're really wanting to call into your life, that you're really wanting to be, you're really passionate about, but you're so passionate about it that you're passionate about the not having it potentially just as much as the having it. Okay? It really means something to you. Now, this is those big ticket items, as I like to call it. Now, I want you to actually just go and focus on some of the smaller ticket items in your life. Look at the things that don't really matter that much, that you're like, oh, I might want to get around to that someday. Apply your attention to giving that stuff some love, and let this stuff blossom, because watching this pot of water and trying to get it to boil quicker, it's not been working for you in certain areas, right? So those areas that's not been working and that pot of water's not boiling, well, walk out of the kitchen. Just walk out of the kitchen and go do something else. And before you know it, your pot of water will be boiling, and it will be ready to go ahead and move to that next step of that creation process, because standing there is just going to cause you more irritation. Standing there is going to cause you frustration. Standing there is going to cause doubt to manifest into your existence, into your energetic flow. And when that doubt gets in there in this negative fashion, when that resistance is there and that irritation and that frustration, you start hating on yourself. You start thinking, I'm not worthy. You start thinking, I haven't done enough. You start thinking, man, I'm just not good enough at this. I'm just not pretty enough. I'm just not smart enough. I'm just not handsome enough. I don't have the right opportunities. Blah, 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 blah. And none of that is true. What it is that you've just squished the life a little bit too much out of it by your focus. So take the focus off and apply your focus, your attention to something that is a little less resistant in your life. Go find some play. Go find some joy. Go find something that's lighthearted and just, beautiful. Go take yourself out on a date for joy and play, away from anything that means too much to you. And then watch the freaking miracles. Like, who said that back here? Magical Monday? Whoever said that? I can't remember what your name was. Sorry, Terry. Terry said Magical Monday. And yeah, I'm making a Magical Monday by just doing that right there. Hey, Katie. Hey, Dwayne. I think I just waved at somebody. Hi, I just waved at you accidentally while I was scrolling through your names. So, I'll wave at everybody. No. Mondays are always these days of dread. Mondays are these days where it's just like everybody's just like, Monday, right? Majority of people go back to work, back to that 9 to 5, back to that dreading of life. And oh man, bills to pay and jobs to do, and all this stuff. Sunday you're probably relaxed, you're probably chilling a little bit more. Now it's Monday. Now it's like, oh crap, Monday the 8th too, right? It's the 8th of the month. Shoot, we're a third of the way through the month almost. And you know, wow, what's been going on? And look at this, we're like probably dead center right in the middle of summer vacation here as well. Kids, and there's all this stuff that is starting to come about, and the pressures and the heat, not just of the summer, but the heat of life and all of that. Well, take that heat off of yourself, because you don't need it there. You can apply your focus to something far more enjoyable and get the ball rolling a lot quicker by doing it that way. So there you go. There's the Magical Monday post. Magical Monday post. Let me see. Maybe I should just call it Magical Monday post. No. I'm going to go and I'm going to enjoy my babies. We're not seeing them for a couple weeks now that they are awake. And, and just let things go and ease and flow. And I hope that you do the same. I hope that you take this little bit of advice, and if nothing else, play with just seeing how quickly you can manifest the unimportant things, and notice how you're holding onto the really important things through worry and through fear and through your resistance of allowing them to flow to you, because you're focusing on the not having, is actual truth. It's actual truth. So if you don't want to let go of that big taxing thing over there, what I do encourage you to do is to find something that isn't that important and kind of put that out there and just let it go. And then when it comes to you in some way, when God universe says, hey, we heard you, take note of it. Take note of it. Just be aware of that right there. And on that note, I would like to let you guys know there's just a couple days left in the early bird registration for ladies. Guys, I'm working on a guy version of this. This is 12 weeks of one-on-one with me, and as well group training with me. We're going to be going through 12 weeks of learning about unstoppable power. It is my time to fly. That is the name of the 12-week course. I'm teaching it live here on Facebook and doing one-on-ones through Facebook chat or phone, whichever you prefer. But ladies, we're going to be moving some amazing work, foundational work of self-love, releasing shame, releasing guilt, really focusing in on proclaiming our worth, proclaiming who we are, getting very, very clear about that. Then we're going to go into lifestyle design work, where this is where we get into that manifestation of everything. We're going to really build that piece into that and get that vision built strong, and start really proclaiming it and claiming it and calling it in and manifesting it and seeing the results. And then over the third section of this, we're going to focus in on a few little details that mean a lot to a lot of us, which happens to be money, sex, and men. So this is a ladies workshop, so we're talking about men here. We're talking about how we can manifest positive relationships with men, whether we're single or we're with somebody. We're going to really be focusing in on manifesting a positive relationship with men. We're going to be focusing in on manifesting a positive relationship with our sex, about becoming more orgasmic in life, not just in the bedroom, but in life. Okay, and then we're also going to be focusing in on, of course, the moolah, because money creates a certain energy for our life. It gives us freedom. It gives us comfort. It takes the pressure off of us. Maybe you don't want to create $1 million, which is perfectly fine. Now, if you go create $1 million over these 12 weeks, just remember whose class you learned it from, okay? But, but the whole thing is that I want you to be able to have that beautiful, unstoppable power in all areas of your life through a real, true, proven system. So the structure is there. The 12 weeks are there. Every single week, we're going to be learning about different things. You want to see what we're talking about? Click on the link in the comments section. Look at the 12-week sections that we're going to be going through everything. My workshops definitely have a lot of content to them, a lot of rich knowledge and fun and connection. We're building a tribe of women who are focused on becoming unstoppable in their power and really opening up their wings and flying. So click on that link, ladies. The pre-registration does save you $500 on this workshop, and we will be starting on the 15th live in the group here on Facebook. Everybody else, there's other stuff coming out. I just haven't announced it yet, so you just have to stick to that. There's a whole bunch of local stuff that will be popping up, and I've got some other courses that will be coming out here for all of my tribe on Facebook and in the great worldwide web and of things. You say anything else? I think that's about it. I think that's it. That's it for this morning, at least. I'm not going to work any harder than that. I'm taking today off. So I love you guys. You can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. I will be back on here tomorrow morning with another Conscious Coffee. As always, stop existing, start living, and make it your time to fly. Love you guys.